The movie begins with Anna, a child psychologist living alone in a large townhouse in Manhattan. She hasn't stepped outside in nearly a year, trapped by severe agoraphobia. Her days blur together in isolation, filled with prescription medication, alcohol, and constant observation of the street outside her window. Anna appears to still be in regular contact with her estranged husband Ed and their young daughter Olivia, even though they no longer live together. While speaking with Ed, Anna mentions the new neighbors who have just moved into the house across the street. As she continues watching the family, Anna admits to Ed that she wishes he were there with her. Ed tells her that saying things like that doesn't actually help. Anna asks him to tell her to go outside. Ed encourages her, urging her to make that day the day she finally steps beyond the front door. On Monday, Anna is visited inside her home by her psychiatrist as part of their regular weekly sessions. The psychiatrist steers the conversation toward the neighborhood. He already knows that Anna spends much of her time watching her neighbors, something she immediately becomes defensive about. As he continues to ask questions, it becomes clear that Anna knows an extraordinary amount about nearly everyone on the street. He brings up the family that recently moved into the house across the street. Anna identifies them as the Russells, the husband Alistair, his wife Jane, and their teenage son. She explains that they moved from Boston and that Alistair works as a banker. However, there is almost no information about him or his family online. The psychiatrist muses that Anna will eventually figure them out, but his tone irritates her. He then tells her that curiosity can be a sign of improving mental health. The conversation shifts to her new medication. He assumes Anna has stopped drinking while taking it, but we can already see that this is not true. Later, Anna speaks with her husband again and brings up the new medication she has been prescribed, warning that it comes with serious side effects. Her husband immediately points out that she is not supposed to take it while drinking alcohol. Anna brushes this off, insisting that doctors always say things like that. She continues watching the lives of her neighbors from inside her home. The quiet of the house is suddenly broken when her door buzzer rings. Through the security camera, Anna sees a teenage boy standing outside in a hoodie. Over the intercom, he introduces himself as Ethan and explains that he just moved across the street. He says his mother asked him to bring Anna a gift. After a moment of hesitation, she reluctantly buzzes him in. Inside, Ethan comes across as polite and gentle. He quickly warms to Anna's cat. She asks how he feels about the new house, and Ethan admits that he misses his old one, explaining that they had to leave Boston. When Ethan asks what Anna does, she tells him she's a child psychologist. He asks why a child would need a psychologist at all. Anna explains that children may struggle with depression, anxiety, or simply adjusting to a new place. Ethan suddenly grows quiet and turns toward the window. He mentions that he can sometimes see Anna's house from his bedroom, and then points out that from her window, he can see his father. As Ethan watches his father, he becomes visibly anxious. Anna grows concerned and reaches out to comfort him, but Ethan flinches and pulls away. She reassures him that he can talk to her. Ethan admits he doesn't know anyone in the neighborhood. Anna tells him that he knows her, and when he hesitates, she suggests they could be friends. It is Tuesday morning, and Anna wakes up hangover and disoriented. Her routine is interrupted by the sound of her door buzzer. Anna has a tenant, David, who lives in her basement. He buzzes her main door and offers to take out her garbage. Since it is Halloween, David offers to pick up candy for trick-or-treaters, but Anna declines. She explains that she plans to turn off the lights and pretend she is not home. Later that evening, Anna jolts awake from a dream when she hears loud banging at her front door. She rushes downstairs and checks the security camera, where she sees neighborhood kids throwing eggs at her house. Desperate to make them stop, Anna forces herself to open the front door. Overwhelmed by a panic attack, Anna collapses before crossing the threshold. As she loses consciousness, the last thing she sees is a blonde woman rushing toward her. When Anna comes to, she is lying on her couch inside the house. The same woman is there, asking her questions to make sure she is okay. She explains that she was walking across the street when she saw the kids egging Anna's house, and then witnessed Anna fall hard to the ground. Anna assumes the woman is Jane Russell, Ethan's mother. Jane asks if Anna faints often. Anna explains that she does not faint but suffers from severe panic attacks. Jane pours her a glass of brandy, and the two begin drinking together. Anna then admits that she is agoraphobic and cannot go outside at all. Jane quickly becomes curious and starts asking Anna personal questions, acknowledging that she is very nosy and even offering to leave. Anna insists that she stay. When Anna tells her that she is a psychologist, Jane laughs, calling it an unexpected twist. Anna explains that her daughter lives with her husband and that they are separated. Jane becomes emotional, admitting that being separated from your child is incredibly painful. She encourages Anna again to try going outside, and Anna explains that her psychiatrist has been attempting exposure therapy using an umbrella, though she has not yet been able to do it. As they continue talking and drinking wine, Anna thanks Jane for the candle Ethan brought over earlier and comments that he is a good boy. Jane smiles and shows Anna a photo of Ethan as a baby, carried inside a pendant. The two women bond over motherhood, agreeing that children do not belong to their parents. Parents belong to their children. Jane describes her husband as a good father, but also controlling and emotionally rigid. She admits that she often has to step in between him and Ethan and worries about her son's sensitivity. She says that family is complicated. When Anna asks what makes Jane's family complicated, Jane deflects. Instead, she gives Anna a drawing she has made of her, signed Jane Russell. The two play cards for a while before Jane eventually leaves. Later that night, Anna's intercom buzzes again. This time, it's Alistair Russell. He asks whether any members of his family stopped by her house that evening. Anna lies and tells him they did not. On Wednesday morning, Anna is jolted awake by her cat screeching. She rushes downstairs, convinced that someone is inside her house. She immediately calls 911 and reports a possible intruder. When she reaches the ground floor, she realizes it is her tenant. He apologizes, explaining that he buzzed nearly half an hour earlier but got no response. Anna asks why he is searching around her kitchen. David explains that a man from across the street asked him to help move some boxes and that he was looking for a box cutter. Anna hands him a box of tools. Later that night, while Anna is in the bathtub, she hears a woman screaming from across the street. She immediately calls the police. Then she calls Ethan to check on him directly. Ethan answers and insists that everything is fine, but he sounds shaken and begins to cry. Before Anna can get clear answers, the call disconnects. Moments later, Anna sees Jane rushing out of the house, while Alistair remains inside near the window. Then Anna receives a phone call from Alistair himself. She introduces herself as the woman from across the street and explains that she heard a scream and wanted to check if everyone was okay. Alistair denies that anything happened. He tells her that only he and his son are in the house and that no one screamed. Anna tries calling David, but he does not answer. She goes down to the basement to find him and asks if he heard a woman screaming. David tells her he did not hear anything, explaining that he had been listening to music. Anna returns upstairs and pulls out her high-powered camera. She begins zooming in on the Russell house, watching Alistair and Ethan through the windows. She sees Alistair standing close to Ethan, appearing angry and confrontational. Soon after, Ethan leaves his house and walks across the street toward Anna's. When he arrives, Ethan breaks down and begins crying. Anna hugs him and tells him that her home is a safe place. On Thursday, Anna speaks with her husband again, struggling with what she should do about the Russells. She tells him she is worried about Ethan and is unsure whether she should contact Child Protective Services. As the day goes on, Anna spirals. She drinks heavily, becoming increasingly disoriented and unstable. Later that night, Anna is jolted awake. In a panic, she searches for her phone but cannot find it anywhere. As she moves through the house, she looks out the window and sees chaos unfolding inside the Russell home. Jane is screaming and running through the house, clearly terrified. Anna only sees Jane, not her attacker. Then, in a horrifying moment, Anna sees Jane stabbed in the stomach. Jane collapses to the floor. Anna continues frantically searching for her phone and finally finds it in her bedroom. She calls 911 and tries to explain what she has witnessed. As she is on the phone, the lights in the Russell house suddenly go out. Moments later, Jane staggers to a window, visibly injured and banging on the glass for help. Convinced that Jane is dying, Anna grabs her red umbrella and forces herself outside for the first time in nearly a year. She makes it into the middle of the street before collapsing. Anna later wakes up back inside her house, brought in by two detectives. She immediately asks what happened to Jane. Before she can get answers, Alistair arrives and tells the detectives that Anna has made a mistake, insisting that she has never met his wife. Anna protests, telling the detectives that Jane came to her house on Halloween night and that they spent the evening together. One of the detectives tells her that nothing has happened across the street. Anna asks where Jane is. At that moment, a woman enters her living room and introduces herself as Jane Russell. She claims that she and Anna have never met. This woman is not the same person who helped Anna on Halloween. Although both women are blonde, they look nothing alike. Anna insists that this is not Jane. She then asks for Ethan to be brought in. When he arrives, he tells her that she has never met his mother. The denial from both Ethan and Alistair leaves Anna completely shaken and confused. On Friday, Anna begins actively digging into the Russells' background. Using phone calls and online searches, she discovers that Alistair previously worked for a financial firm in Boston. His departure from the company coincided with a disturbing incident, the death of his assistant. She reportedly fell from the sixth floor of her apartment building, and while her death was ruled a fall, the circumstances were never fully explained. The discovery deepens Anna's suspicion that something is seriously wrong with Alistair. Later that day, Anna hears noise coming from the basement and goes downstairs. While there, she notices mail addressed to her tenant from the parole board. Before she can process what she is seeing, David confronts her, furious that she has gone through his mail. He admits that he has a criminal record stemming from a bar fight and that he is technically violating his parole. Trying to steer the conversation back to what matters to her, Anna asks if he ever met Jane Russell. David denies it and becomes even more agitated, shouting that he's going to deal with his parole situation that very night. Anna backs down and suggests they forget the entire incident ever happened. As the day continues, Anna continues watching the Russells across the street, now photographing them obsessively through her camera lens. This time, her behavior does not go unnoticed. The woman living in the Russell house, the one claiming to be Jane, catches Anna in the act and leaves a voicemail, threatening to call the police if Anna does not stop watching their home. On Saturday morning, Anna goes down to the basement to retrieve her cat, while her tenant is not home. As she looks around the room, she sees a woman's earring sitting on the dresser. It is identical to the one worn by the woman Anna met on Halloween night, the woman she believes to be Jane. The discovery convinces Anna that the woman she met was real and that she was inside the house. Later, Ethan comes to Anna's home again. Anna presses him, demanding to know where his mother really is and why he lied to protect his father. Ethan becomes frustrated and tells her he cannot answer her questions. Moments later, Alistair arrives and confronts Anna directly. In front of her, he strikes Ethan and orders Anna to stop interfering in his family's life. He insults her, calling her a pill-popping shut-in. On Sunday, Anna receives an anonymous email containing a photograph of her sleeping in her bed. The image confirms that someone has been inside her house while she was unconscious. Anna immediately suspects her tenant, believing he is the only person with keys to the house. She calls the police again. When detectives arrive, her tenant unexpectedly shows up. He explains that he was out of town with a woman and provides her phone number. The woman confirms his alibi, clearing him of suspicion for that night. Anna then presents the earring she found in the basement. Her tenant claims it belongs to a woman named Catherine and says she spent the night with him the previous week. The Russells arrive soon after, escalating the confrontation. Anna shows the detectives a drawing left behind by the woman she met on Halloween, signed Jane Russell, insisting it proves that she was in her house. She accuses Alistair of abusing Ethan and explains that she witnessed him slap his son inside her home. She emphasizes that she's a child psychologist and knows how to recognize a child in danger. The situation collapses when Anna mentions her husband and daughter. One of the detectives stops her and bluntly tells her family is dead. Anna has been hallucinating her conversations with her husband and daughter. A flashback reveals what actually happened. Anna and her family were driving through the mountains during a snowstorm. Ed confronts Anna about her affair and says he no longer wants to pretend everything is fine for their daughter's sake. When Anna's phone rings, the couple argues over it. Anna reaches for the phone, takes her eyes off the road, and the car veers off a cliff. The crash kills Ed and Olivia, while Anna survives. Back in the present, The detective explains that Anna's psychiatrist confirmed her medication can cause hallucinations, especially when mixed with alcohol. He tells her that just as Anna believes she has been speaking to her family, she may also have imagined meeting the woman she thought was Jane. The detective adds that the woman living across the street checks out. She is Jane Russell. Anna accepts the possibility that she has been wrong. She apologizes to the detectives and to the Russells, believing that her fears and accusations were the result of her illness. On Monday, Anna reaches her lowest point. Believing she has imagined everything, she records a video message intended as a final will and testament. In the recording, she insists she is of sound mind and makes it clear that her tenant has nothing to do with what she plans to do. Alone in her house, Anna prepares to end her life by mixing crushed pills into a glass of wine. Before she can go through with it, Anna scrolls through photos on her phone, lingering on pictures of her daughter. One image stops her cold, a photo she took earlier of her cat. Reflected in the surface of a wine glass is the unmistakable face of the woman Anna met on Halloween night. The reflection proves the woman was real. Anna immediately shows the photo to her tenant. He finally tells her the truth. The woman's name was Catherine, and she was Ethan's biological mother. She had a history of addiction and had lost custody of Ethan years earlier. After learning where Alistair and Ethan were living, she tracked them down, desperate to reconnect with her son. Alistair tried to keep her away. Anna realizes that Catherine was the person she saw killed. Anna begs her tenant to confirm this information to the detectives, but he refuses. He leaves the room and heads downstairs. Moments later, a violent struggle is heard below. Ethan suddenly appears inside Anna's house holding a blood-covered knife. He reveals himself as the killer. Ethan admits that he has been entering Anna's house throughout the week using her key. He confesses to killing Catherine and also to murdering his father's former assistant in Boston because he enjoys the feeling of control and being present when it happens. Ethan explains that he chose Anna deliberately. Her isolation, medication, and grief made her the perfect person to manipulate, someone no one would believe. He says he wants to watch her follow through with ending her own life. Anna pretends to comply, buying time, then suddenly strikes him with a wine bottle and runs. As she tries to escape, Anna slips in the hallway, falling into a pool of blood. Her tenant lies there, still alive but gravely injured. He attempts to slow Ethan down, but Ethan stabs him, killing him. The chase continues onto the roof of the building during a storm. Ethan stalks Anna across the rooftop, taunting her. They struggle violently, and Ethan manages to wound Anna, but she keeps fighting. In the final confrontation, Anna lures Ethan onto a section of the roof weakened by mold. During the struggle, she shoves him backward. The skylight beneath him shatters, and Ethan falls to his death. Sometime later, Anna wakes up in a hospital room. A detective is there waiting for her. He tells Anna that Alistair and his wife have been taken into custody. Alistair is refusing to speak, but his wife is cooperating fully with the investigation. Her testimony confirms everything Anna had claimed. The police have also located Catherine's body, validating that the woman Anna saw was real and that a murder did take place. The detective admits that Anna was right all along and that the police mishandled the case. He offers her a sincere apology. 9 months later, Anna is preparing to leave her townhouse for good. With her cat by her side, she packs up her life and steps outside without panic. Before leaving, Anna says goodbye to Ed and Olivia, finally acknowledging their deaths and letting go of the versions of them she kept alive in her mind. For the first time since the accident, she allows herself to move forward. The end. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.